step number one in a new lawn or a beginner to lawn care, this is the video for you. Stay tuned, subscribe, please subscribe, because there's going to be more videos coming out. This is just step number one. So, the very first thing, we're just going to get right into it, guys. The very first thing, map out your yard. Okay, it can be as simple as this. This is literally so simple. Hopefully it's not backwards in the camera, but we just literally have a square box. So simple. You can do it as fancy as you want. On my old house, I'll go back to that one, I did it a little bit fancier on the old house. That was the old house. Okay, so the first step, draw out your house or your lawn, what your lawn area is. And the other thing is, get you a notebook. This has my soil test results from my last house in it. All of my applications that I did, I have them all wrote down here on when I did them, everything like that. Step number one, get you a notebook, write everything down, and then map out your lawn. So the reason we're going to do this, we're going to talk about that later on in the video. What we're going to do is we're going to take this right here and we're going to go into the lawn. We're going to take a big tape measure. This is a 100-foot tape measure. We're going to take that, and all these little zones that I've created, we're going to measure those out. Now I know that you can go online, you can go to Google Maps, there's different things online. You can map your lawn out there. I want accurate, so I'm going to do it myself. I'm not saying online's not accurate, it's probably pretty darn close, but I want accurate, because what we're trying to do is be efficient with what we're doing. I'll explain that later on, but right now we're going to take this tape measure, we're going to go measure the yard. I'll show you some of it, you guys get the point. You measure, you write it down in your zones. After this, we'll be back. Okay, the first zone we got, as you can see, this is odd shape, okay? So what we're going to do, in my personal opinion, what I think would be the way I'm going to do it, is I'm going to take from the biggest point. So the biggest point is going to be from this corner to that corner, because then it kind of tapers off. And so I'm just going to go a straight down line and just kind of fill in where that area is not. That way I have a more accurate, not really accurate, but more space in there. I mean, it don't really taper off till down there, so technically we could just zone that little corner off, because it goes pretty straight with the driveway until it gets down there the last 7-8 feet. So really we could just zone that little end off. I think that's, you know, actually I changed my mind. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make that little end down there its own separate zone, and then all this is pretty well even. So we have our tape measure here, and this would be easier with two people, so that way one person could hold this end, but we don't have two people, so we're just going to deal with it. So you're just going to lay your tape measure out here right on the edge, and we're going to measure all the way across. We're going to check and make sure we are actually where we want to be. We are. So we're measuring at 14.5 feet. So this area right here, 14.5 feet wide. So now we're going to measure the length. You guys get it. Once I get the whole lawn done, I'll be back and we'll talk about why we are doing this. So we got the lawn mapped out. Just around the house is 25,972 square feet. That's everything around just the house. So we took total measurements, got the square footage of everything, and we added it all up. So why is this important? The biggest reason is to know how much either fertilizer, weed spray, whatever you actually need to apply. So you don't want to be under applying, over applying. Now, why does square feet matter? On this bag right here, covers 5,000 square feet. So most of your bags of whatever is going to tell you right on it, covers so many square feet. That is why we measure it out. We have a little bit of mold problem up there toward the road-ish. They're kind of becoming a problem, so in one of the future videos we're going to be putting this down, but that's one reason why we do it. The other is planning and budgeting. So with my whole lawn, I have like 3.5 acres worth of grass. I don't want to be fertilizing and taking care of all that because that's going to cost a lot of money. It's a lot of time. Eventually, maybe we'll get there. But right now, I want to do about half an acre. An acre is 43,560 square feet. So we're a little more than an acre, or excuse me, a little more than half an acre. Back to what I had previously said. So this is going to help me plan. This is going to help me budget, know how much fertilizer I'm going to need throughout the year, how much weed spray I'm actually going to need, insecticide, any of that stuff. I'm going to actually know how much I need now. It's going to help with, if I want to do an application every major holiday like I do, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, those are my main three that I put fertilizer and stuff like that down. It's going to know how much I need to buy to be able to have enough for the whole year. So that's step one. Get you a notebook, get your lawn measured out. That's going to help you plan. Step two is coming up, so please subscribe. And I thank you guys for watching. I really do. I hope you guys have a good day. We'll see you later.